your solutions to some of the problems facing Coburg. And can I first get your name?
No, I'm not getting my name.
Okay. So what would be some of your solutions then, sir?
Hey, you.
Hey,
No, I don't want to be. I don't want to. I know. I just come down here to spout off at them. I don't need. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay.
You're in a public setting, sir, so you
Yeah, I know.
have no
Yeah, it's fine.
expectation of privacy.
Yeah, I know. So I just wanted to give my point of view to the nut bars that are out here today.
because I missed that, what was your point?
Just that Cleveland's been the best mayor I've seen since they've been out here. He's the only one standing up to what I've seen as a corrupt council, a bunch of left wings, bringing in drug addicts from other communities. I've been here 8 years. I've watched this just go downhill after downhill, watching drug addicts and homeless and the crazies in the parks.
Now,
and
when you
everywhere
say
around.
corrupt council, are you talking about Coburg Council or are you talking about county council?
A bit of both. They didn't support them. I don't support BD. I don't support especially the Northumberland Council. They've been the worst that have gone against them. They put this 310 in. They don't care what happens here. Who's the other nut mayor over here in the next community that she's all for, that the left winger, I forget her name, something with them. But
Mandy Martin?
yeah, she's fine if they'll come here because they're not over there, are they? This is just, you get a mayor that actually does something. Like, I don't usually go out in politics, and I finally see a mayor that's standing up to the left, that just yells and screams. And I'm just sick of it. It's right around the world. It's not just in Coburg, it's in Toronto. You got a nut mayor in Toronto. It's happening everywhere. But you finally get a mayor that's on the right side of it, fighting against it, and it's all the lefties that come out and yell the most.
So you haven't provided anything but platitudes to what the problem is and how to address it.
How to address it? Number one, don't bring outside. Okay, sir. Number one, check. How many of them in the community are drug addicts and homeless from this community? How many have been busted and stuff like that? Number one, deal with the ones in the community. We don't need to bring them here from outside communities, okay? Okay, so number one, yes. Do we need more support services for them, more mental health stuff? Yes, for sure. There's got to be more when we pick these guys up, they don't get sent out. My nephew, he just recently OD'd in the Lotus Motel. Okay, there was no support from him. My dad finally had to kick him out, drug addict, the whole thing, into the hospital. They sent him out right off the day. He's dead, okay? There's not enough support when they go in there. The hospitals don't have the means. I mean, you got the one place down in Toronto and all that. There's not enough for the mentally ill. If you're addicted, it is very expensive. There's not enough addiction for the lower income to help them out. But it's not putting them in 310. I was a fireman in Toronto, okay? About 25 years ago, they put a shelter in the Main and Danforth area. First, the locals tried to burn it out because they knew it was going to happen, okay? Before that, there was no crime on that stretch of the Danforth. After they put that shelter, in 65-bed shelter, similar to this, coming in, going out, okay, the crime went up exponentially. As a fireman, we were there almost every day for fights, for knife fights, for drug overdoses, all kinds of stuff. It was nonstop emergency in that community. I watched every single day drug addicts in the Tim Hortons OD and drug addicts in the Burger King OD, and we were there. Like I said, I was a fireman in that area, and I watched the difference before the shelter got put in there and after.
The language, the behavior, and what's going on. No one's staying exercise the democratic right.
Today's air quality is terrible. Where is your mask? Look at I know there's not the good ones, but in this weather, anyway, take care of yourself. Yeah. You look great and healthy.
Are y'all old enough to remember when Canada was a country where Canada was the
Yes, that's why we're here.
elderly?
Yes, when we were a social democracy. Yeah, pre-Brian Mulrooney.
Yeah.
Who should I talk to?
Yeah, no, I think it will.
Who should I talk to? Should I talk to Teresa?
Definitely. She's always good, and the other one is Bruce.
I thought, yeah, Teresa. Can you talk about it?
Sure. Can I go in the shade?
Yeah, please do. Thank you for that.
You're gonna come down here.
Yeah, good. I'm gonna just
There's
because
a
I
fellow
want.
business owner here as well.
They with this. Have you seen Cleveland's statement?
I have not.
So I just got it. If you can read it. So when he says speculating, and this is what the speculating on the reasons for this incident to fit certain narratives is wildly inappropriate.
So
thoughts?
I think what people need to realize is that this protest, and I think what you can see here, words matter and kindness matters and accountability, is about more, we're not speculating. It's about when you have someone in a leadership position that emboldens the community, regardless of what community you're a part of and who you are, it emboldens you to take action. Every single person that I know that read the original letter, including council members, including the police, including yourself as the publisher of the paper, I believe read the intent of that letter was to call for hostility in the town of Cobourg. The unfortunate tragedy that happened yesterday or the day before, that is just unfortunately a scary reminder of what potentially could happen if people are calling for hostility. But this is about so much more. Never mind the abusive language, rhetoric, the language that's going on in town hall to members of the community outside of this group, seniors, just people on the street, the erratic behavior, the use of strong mayor powers, the abusive behavior to the women on council. There is so much. And also the toxic work culture and environment within town hall. I cannot stand for it, and I don't know why we as tax-paying citizens are standing for it.
If I can ask, but we don't know what happened at the incident there. We
Oh,
don't
no,
know.
that's
We don't know
beside-
whether it was
no,
related to
100%.
homelessness. We
We
don't
know
know whether
nothing.
related to drugs. We don't know.
Nope.
So it could have been in. It could have been at Victoria Hall, or it could have been at a business downtown. So it's. But it was
yeah.
called. But this was called because of that incident.
It was called because there was already, I believe, discussions about gathering to deal with the concerns around the inflammatory, dehumanizing language that was put out publicly 100%. That upset this community. Cobourg is not a hostile place, and we do not call for hostility here. And as a business owner, I take great offense. We're trying to build our downtown core. We're trying to build and do business here. And we have a leadership that has been doing nothing for years now about spewing how dangerous our community is. And enough is enough. People who come here, they see it for what it is. Beautiful, safe, vibrant, thriving, and a really nice eclectic blend of all different kinds of people.
There, I don't think it's not speculation. Again, by all means, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not speculation to say though that there is more crime downtown since 310. Is I guess I'm asking, but I mean I think that's
Interestingly enough, you should refer to the police. The deputy.
I'd
chief
love to.
of police.
I'd love to if he ever wrote back to me.
Well,
Go ahead. Sorry.
feel free to actually take a watch from the DBIA board meeting from last week, where the deputy chief comes every month and does an update and answers questions. It was really insightful for us as business owners, I believe. And in fact, it's really interesting. The public might want to know about the decrease in toxic drug poisonings and deaths due to drug-related issues over the last couple years, and there are some concerns now that social services have been shut down in that respect. What might happen to some of those people? But if you look at the police report, you'll see that Cobourg is safe, and the deputy police chief reiterated it from his professional opinion. We are safe, we are clean, we are vibrant, we are thriving, we are inclusive. So that's the message I have, and I want a mayor that represents those values. Mayor Cleveland misrepresented himself. The people who voted for him have been duped, and they're saying it out loud. In fact, one of his supporters recently said, and I think she said it best, he is the antithesis of who she voted for. What a shame. What a shame.
So is this more about Cleveland than about what took place? Is that fair to
This
say?
is all about Mayor Cleveland's language, rhetoric, divisive style of leadership, abusive behavior to town staff and council members, abusive behavior to people on the street, regular people, his use of foul and vulgar language in the mayor's office, his repeated code of conduct, what would you call that? Where you breach your code of conduct. The basics requirements of code of conduct, which is decency. He has called for shaming. He has called since the beginning. So enough is enough now, really. And his most recent 2 a.m. in the morning diatribe really upset this community. And we are saying we don't want that kind of leadership here.
Last question, and thank you. And again, if I can, and again, forgive me by all means, but when you say this community, there's 30 people here? Say 50.
Yeah.
Say 50 out of 22,000.
Yeah, 100%. And he actually was voted in with 105 extra votes over our incumbent mayor. And boy, do I sure miss John Henderson now, let me just tell you. Wish you were our mayor, John.
Anything else?
No, I just think you need to be aware that this is about more than just the incident. The tragedy, was an impetus to get people together because we care about people in this community very much and we don't want anyone to be hurt.
I gotta ask this, so when you say that, there's been people hurt that have been assaulted other ways
Nobody
too.
deserves to be hurt, Pete. No one.
That's right.
Nobody.
That's right.
Yeah. And so, like, if you're and go to the police, speak to them and see what kind of crime is happening, where the violence is. Bad things do happen, and it is, I don't personally encourage that or stand for that at all. No one's asking for favoritism, but what we are asking for is humanization, dignity, and inclusiveness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
In some ways, it'd be great to do.
I know. But we're not going to enforce our way out of it. You know what I mean? That we need a collaborative approach, and we can't. Down here, absolutely not. And he's not an expert on all of these things. No. If anybody asks me, go ahead.
If I can. There's two sides. There's, like you say, Mayor Cleveland resigned, but then there's Homes Not Hate, empathy, stuff like that. So it's not just about Cleveland here. It is about what happened.
I think you need to understand, Pete, that Mayor Cleveland has expressed his disdain for people who use drugs and who have mental health and addiction and struggle since the very beginning. You'll remember the video out here. I think you might have actually took it and shared it where he was calling for shaming people. That was way back in the beginning. It's not just this one incident. Homelessness is a problem, as you know, every community is experiencing. It's a national problem. It's a worldwide problem. I mean, so I think people who are coming forward looking for compassionate, empathetic, unifying leadership, not divisive leadership.
And if I can say, and it's just me, but I mean, if I can say, the only thing, Teresa, that I say is, and again, I could be wrong because you know more about this maybe than I do, but I mean, people have to want the help, but there's want the help. They have to want the help on
this
homelessness.
Is not about,
but the thing is, there's been crimes committed against people on Chapel Street. The one person that was assaulted across from 10 Chapel Street, and nobody came out to protest. So when you say this is about Cleveland, you're right. But there was no protest the day after.
You have to understand something, and I'll make this very, very clear for you, that when you're in a position of power and you're an elected official, you have a duty and a responsibility. What you're seeing here is democracy right now. It is a peaceful protest against an elected official who is required and mandated to uphold a certain level of respectability in our town. So that's what this is about. So you talk to a variety of people, talk to anyone that has sat in that office, the majority of people that I've spoken to, and they're from a wide cross-section of this community, people who have concerns about other things but have had dealings on all different levels. This is more than one issue. This is a comprehensive concern around the entire leadership. And also, I'm also going to state that I am very concerned why people aren't speaking up about the climate of the workplace climate in town hall. Why are we allowing this to continue?
Well, and again, I could be wrong in that, but I mean, they have a union, don't they? Like, couldn't they do the union stuff?
Yeah, I guess they could, and potentially.
And again, I don't know, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, I'm just saying that as a question.
Well, sometimes when there's a culture of intimidation and fear.